How many folks have this little 2-ounce device? A cell phone. Now, on the way to work, about everyone in here, okay, everyone's got a cell phone. Now, I won't ask you to raise your hands because your bosses might be around. Now, think about this. How many of you have picked up this cell phone and talked on it? Well, why? Well, the wheels were moving on your vehicle. Think about that. Well, I'm guilty. When I was with DuPont as a safety manager, the phone rang in the car. I picked it up, saw it was my boss, and said, "Yes, boss." And a half a second later, all I heard was, "Shh." That was me, and there were some more words that went, and bang! I had just gone through an intersection, and a car hit me right on the side. Woo! What a wake-up call. And DuPont, if you have an accident, it's your fault. You just pack up your desk and find another job. My boss, now I'm sure, let me give you a story about bosses. And I've heard this before. Someone said, well, my boss is really dumb and I could do a better job. Well, in my mind, your boss is just at least smart enough to be your boss. And my boss asked me this really penetrating question. If you hadn't been on the cell phone, could you have avoided the accident? Now let's step back 1 second and look at the accident. I'm talking to my boss on the cell phone, and I'm going through a control signal. It means there's lights. And I had the green light. So, cool, I'm going through on a green light. I'm talking on the phone. And out of the corner of my eye, a split second before impact, I see a red Mustang. I slam on my brakes, and then the front of my car disappears. Literally, it took off the front of my car. If I hadn't stepped on the brakes, we would be having this conversation at the pearly gates, way up there. So his question again was, Chris, if you hadn't been on the phone, could you have avoided the accident? Yes, I could have avoided the accident because I would have had situational awareness. I would have noticed the car a lot sooner coming toward me. I would have either swerved to the right or I would have stepped on the brakes sooner. I do believe to this day I could have prevented that accident that almost killed me. So I'm not saying in here that I'm going to convert everyone not to use cell phones on the road. I don't.